Yo, what's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Metroid, or AM2R in this case right now. I don't know why I just said Metroid when I usually say AM2R, but it doesn't really matter, you know what I mean. If you didn't then... Well, for one, have you read the title? For two... How? Whatever, doesn't matter. It's not really of my concern whether you know what game I'm going to play before the video starts, or as soon as the video starts. Well, I guess it technically is, because if you somehow manage to ignore the first word in the title, and you didn't know what game we were going to play before the video starts, and then you go in expecting some different game for some fucking reason, and then you click off in the first second, and then YouTube doesn't like that, and yeah, I take it back, it actually is my problem whether you know what game we're playing before the video starts. Unfortunately, that's a memo that clickbait YouTubers didn't get, so there's that, I guess. Today we're going to go into the underground facility, the thermal plant, whatever you want to call it, and we're going to go there, and we're going to clean up. Don't worry, I didn't forget about this item down there, in case someone was about to remind me in the comments, which I'm sure people are still going to do, but, if you do, you're wrong. I didn't forget about it. I didn't even pass by it, but we have to go this way so we can go over here and get this item. Because you couldn't see it because it didn't land, but to get it to this item, we're actually going to have to go all the way around, which we just did, and then there's also an item in these vents. Oh shit. How about we don't fall down here? That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Now if you're quick, you can actually go straight back up the way you came, but being quick is not me in this case, so I'm gonna have to go the long way around. Let's go up here and get to our first Gamma Metroid. Also, before we do that, I actually thought this was a Shine Spark spot, but turns out it isn't, so we're just gonna roll in here, get our missiles. Glad to be proven wrong sometimes, and then we're gonna fall all the way down here to this Metroid cave, where we're gonna beat our first Gamma Metroid. And then you'll notice there's still 3 Metroids left, so we're not quite done yet with the area. This fight actually has an interesting gimmick which was introduced to us in the last Gamma Metroid fight. The last Beta Metroid fight. Ooh, I hit that. Nice. And that's that... Oh, that was almost perfect. That's that their laser beams actually destroy the sand, and in this room, if he destroys all the sand, then you run out of, well, ground to stand on, and either one, you have to restart the fight, or if you're a little masochist, then you have to jump around and hope you can avoid all his shenanigans long enough. Right, there's the Gamma Metroid, right through there. Which, by the way, is why I did go there when we first came here. I went into this general area and then I turned back. Because there's the Gamma Metroid right here. Okay. Also interesting, I don't actually intend to fight him over here. Also, my fucking button didn't work then. That's cool. I want to fight this guy over here, in this corner of the room, because you have more walls to exploit his AI with. And I always enjoy exploiting. That sounds so bad. Oh, shit. Ooh, that sounds terrible. So now he's at a health threshold where he's gonna...
Hey, will you stop with the fucking missiles, you twat?
Like that. Which, if you spam missiles, like if you just spam your missiles into him, that can cost you a lot of missiles because you can block multiples with one swipe. But if you shoot a missile so that it hits him right as he turns around, please go back, then he's still gonna do the claw swipe, but he's not actually gonna block your missile. Now obviously I wouldn't take my gameplay as an example because I'm bad, and you know, you shouldn't take bad people as an example. Same goes for the landing, by the way. If you shoot the rockets so that you hit him while he's in the animation of landing, like in the few frames that you have, there we go. Then you can actually avoid him flying your missile out of the air. Also, this is version 1.33, so it's already with a fan patch, and the original version 1.1, well, for one, I already mentioned in an earlier episode that people didn't drop Metroids didn't drop super missiles. And for two, another important change is that they clawed your projectiles out of the air a lot more often. So they were really annoying. We're gonna save here, not for the saving portion of it, but actually to restock our missiles. And we're gonna relocate my glass so I have the eye on the time a little bit more. Knowing me, I'm still gonna ignore it, but at least this way I can't say I can't see it, so great, right. And then we're going to go up here because savvy viewers might have already spotted that there was a hole in the wall here, which is where the last two Metroids in this area are located. Which I probably don't need to explain to you. We need to kill, you know, yada yada. The usual business. I don't know why I just bombed the wall there. I could have just gone through the top, but for some reason I didn't see it on first glance. Hey there, boy! Come on, shoot. There we go. So now he's gonna do that. Can I move? Thank you. Oh, I was on the... Oh, don't eat my super missiles. No! You just made this a whole lot slower. You just made your death a whole lot slower. That was almost good. Then again, I could say that for like half of the shit I do. I feel like I don't look at the camera enough while I'm talking. Like, I'm trying to do it more, but it's like I either look over there, like into my own face on OBS, how stupid I look, right? Or I just look at the game, which is, yeah, probably the most productive thing to do. But come on, activate your or just don't, or just be a dick. Yeah, that's fine, cool. Whew. Right. There was another Metroid in here, hold on. Where was it? Kill these for a second to shift through the room. Boom. Boom. Where's the other Metroid that I missed? The hell? I missed one of the Metroids, I just don't know where. I'm quite certain it was up there, but there's no space up here for it to be, so... Yeah, that's probably not true, is it? Tell you what, I'm gonna look for the last Metroid, and then I'll be right back, because I kind of a little bit forgot where it was. Alright, I found it. It's on the right side. If you look, there's a little gap there that we didn't explore yet, so... There we go. Eureka, I guess. After a few minutes, I finally found the fucking Metroid. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't a few minutes. It wasn't that bad. Like, it wasn't zero mission levels of running around aimlessly. I ran to the other side of the tower because I thought it was there, and then it turned out it wasn't, so... I mean, that's kind of Destiny 2 story writing, but hey. And everything was peaceful. Until it wasn't. Like, no shit, Sherlock. Ow. Hey, I think they actually fixed a thing with the cutscenes here in the community patch, because I feel like in the original version when I played it, I feel like this one would always play the cutscene instead of the first one that you encountered. Now, as you obviously saw, this isn't exactly the first one we encountered, so that was an awkward moment when I first got here. Because this was the dude that actually played the Gamma Metroid introduction cutscene when I'd already beaten 2 Gamma Metroids, you know what I'm saying? That's like the little animation in the beginning where the Metroid got out of its shell, right? The Alpha Metroid. Imagine if that played when we had our fucking 7th Alpha Metroid. Would have been a bit awkward, wouldn't it? So yeah, I'm kind of glad they fixed that because that was annoying. Yay. Lava's going down. Now we can go down here, collect our rockets, and go into the thermal power plant with about 3 minutes spare. This is gonna be a 15 minutes episode. It's like just no way. Actually, it's a bit more than 3 minutes because I'm gonna cut out a bit, but it's not much. Not a whole lot. So yeah, we're gonna go down into the power plant. You're gonna notice that rock is gone. And we left an item on our right there, because that's locked behind a super bomb, shua. That's locked behind a power bomb door, so we can't actually get that yet, even if we tried. Now, at first, I hated these doors, but there's actually a reason for them to exist, which I hope they didn't take out in the community patch, but I don't think they did, so we should be fine. If they did, then yeah, then these doors just suck, but I don't think they did, so. Also, in the original there was 3 of them, but there's really only 2 required for the moment later, so I'm kind of glad that the community patch removed one of these doors and made the area a bit shorter. Because there was no fucking point in having 3 of them. That was literally just to annoy the player. Like, the doors in general have a use, but only 2 of them are actually required for their use. So. And by their use, I don't mean fucking blast protection, because blah blah in-game lore, I know, don't worry. I mean like an actual gameplay use, not some imagined use that gives the developers a reason to put a door in your way. By the way, it's something I absolutely despise. If developers put something in your way, just for the sake of putting something in your way, they don't do anything with it, they just put it there and leave it there. That I hate. Like, yes, do these doors make sense to be there? Sure. But if the developer didn't do anything with them, then they would just be a nuisance. And that's just... No. It has to serve gameplay. Have you heard Chekov's gun? Good shit, good shit. It's basically a principle in... well, in story writing or anything really. Where if in the first scene of your comic, game, whatever, you have a gun on the wall, right? Then that gun has to be shot by episode 3. Otherwise, there's no point in the gun being there. Is basically the rule for that. This is a nice room. So basically the point of that is, if there's a detail somewhere in the background, then at least make sure you use that fucking detail, right? Unless it's like wind blowing a chain in the background or some shit. Like, if it's a relevant detail, then use it. Otherwise, leave it out. So, basically, if you read it, this room is the converters for the thermal power. And one of the power cells was unstable, and we just blew that up. Which I have heard someone say that makes no sense, basically. Like, sure, Samus always blows shit up, but usually she has a reason for it. And then in this one it's just like, oh, the door magically locks behind you and you just so happen to get power bombs. Go blow it up, right? Which is a fair criticism, that doesn't make sense, but it's whatever. This is a bit of an interesting boss fight. I should show you the entry, shouldn't I? There we go. Let's go down to the tank prototype. There we go. So basically, this has a few destructible parts. The head increases its accuracy. The arm obviously shoots the things. And the chest is basically the thing you have to destroy. So if you were to only destroy one thing, then I mean, like, definitely go for the torso, because there's no real reason to destroy the other things. But every other piece you destroy makes the fight easier, which I like, but also you're gonna notice that I'm not exactly stressing myself out right now, even though we have the cool countdown. That's because, for one, I've done this a few times already, of course. But no, I actually mean that's because at the end, no matter how fast you were, it's gonna give a bit of a cutscene and just kind of set you back anyway, so. Like, it's just, the closer you get to the objective, oh, come on. The closer you get to the objective, the faster the counter goes up, and if you reach the first door and you still have time left, then it's just gonna go up. There's nothing you can do about that. So that's kind of the thing. Like, it doesn't matter. As long as you get out in time, then it really doesn't make a difference, honestly. Because it's just gonna fill up the remaining time anyways, so, you know, why bother, you know? Why stress yourself, remove a couple of years from your life? Oh, that was too early. I shouldn't have used that yet. I should have waited for a couple of rooms later. So here we have to go over top instead of below, because obviously, as you saw, below's broke as fuck. Now we're gonna go around here. And this is where I should have saved my powerbomb for. Because of exactly this. And this is really stupid, fuck. Come on, so you're gonna see, so you're gonna notice that it's a lot faster already than it was to begin with. And now it's just gonna, like, it's just going bonkers. It doesn't matter what you do. That door actually didn't slam shut all that fast. Like, this is basically a cutscene. It does not matter how fast you actually were as long as you made it out alive. Like, as long as you still had some bit of time left. Also, the original version actually left you with 1 HP. Which I guess doesn't make a whole lot of a difference, but just thought I'd point that out. It's a weird little quirk to increase, if I'm honest. But hey. So I'm gonna go in and out here a bit with the loading zone, because I need a power bomb, of course. Which is not giving me right now for some reason.
1 eternity later.
I'm grabbing that item. I'm serious. I'm grabbing this item. I'm not waiting till next episode for this one shitty powerbomb tank. There we go. Now. That was it for today's episode of AM2R, another Metroid 2 remake. If you enjoyed, leave a like. If you didn't, there's a button for that as well. And if you'd like to see more, maybe get notified when I upload. Well, no, subscribe button doesn't do that anymore. I keep forgetting. I have to get that into my head. But whatever. If you'd like to see more, then hit that big red subscribe button, and I hope to see you all next time. Later.